It's time to finally upgrade our off-grid battery system to something much better. Check it out. We've got all of our brand new batteries unboxed, set up right here, kind of figured out how we're gonna wire them together. Built this little platform for them that's gonna go out in the solar shed. We want to get them all set up in here in the garage so that when we take them out into the solar shed, which doesn't have quite as much space, we want everything to go smoothly, man. Like super smooth, no problems. So let's go ahead and get all these guys on here. And then I'll show you exactly how we're gonna wire them up and make it all work. All right, so this is how they're gonna go in the solar shed. There'll be a wall right here and over there. So this side will be open to the rest of the shed. And they're arranged like this. This is positive, this is negative. And that way we can tie them together. We're doing a 48 volt system. We've got 12 of the new smart lithium batteries, 270 amp hour from Battleborn. So the first thing we've got to do, get all these covers off and make sure that they're all the same voltage. They're all basically the same voltage. According to Battleborn, they all need to be within 1/10 of a volt. So they're all 13.30 volts, except for one that's 13.28 volts and one that is 13.31 volts. So they're all within the range. All right, let's get started, man. I'll show you how we're gonna wire these guys up. Since our system is a 48 volt system and these are 12 volt batteries, we need to wire 4 of them in series. We're gonna start here from this positive. We come down, right? Just kind of follow how it would go. Negative, right? So this will be the positive and this will be the negative of our first bank of batteries. This will be one 48 volt battery. So that means we need to tie these two together, and we need to tie these two together, and we need to tie these two together. We're gonna use this right here. This is bar stock aluminum, and we're gonna use that to connect them together. So we need 8-inch pieces. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3. So we're gonna need 9 pieces. I think we can just cut this on our chop saw here. Got it measured out right here to 8 inches. Let's give it a try and see what happens. But I bet it's gonna work. Ah, I gotta plug it in, man. Damn, baby, it worked like a champ. Look at that, 8 inches right there. Let's see where we need to drill our holes. So we're trying to make a pattern here, all right? A little package of hardware here. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna be a really clean setup here, man. We need to be able to mark up in here. Oh, you know what we could do, duh. What am I even thinking here? Let's go from the bottom. That looks good. There we go. There's our pattern. We'll make one, make sure it all works right, and then we can just build all the rest off of this pattern. All right. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect then. Perfecto. Here's our pattern. We'll make them all just like this one. Here we go, we got them all ready. We wrap them with electrical tape in the middle, and so then they'll go on there just like that. And the cover that goes on there, gink, will protect it all just like that, man. That's gonna be awesome. Super safe, protected, and ready to rock and roll, man. All right, let's get it laid out. We're not gonna like bolt everything together. We're not gonna put on the special grease and all that kind of stuff right now. We just wanna get it all laid out, make sure everything's gonna work the way we want it to. And then we'll make up our cables that we need to tie them all together. Be ready to rock and roll. It's time to start making our cables to connect all of our batteries. Now, it's a big old mess up here. It's because these are all like scrap cables that we've had from all of our different times we've done solar systems. Thankfully though, we're able to use almost all scrap pieces or like old pieces that we already had. So we didn't have to buy too much except for new ends. We had to buy those, but besides that, we're doing good. We're soldering them on this time. In the past, I've always crimped them, but I thought, hey, why not solder them this time, you know? This is like a major upgrade for us. And so a lot of people in the comments in the past have said that you should have soldered them, man. You should have soldered them. So we're gonna go ahead and try to solder them this time. This is my vise. It's my fancy vise. Check this out. So we take our thing here, put it in there. There we go. Our vise. Take our flux for the flux capacitor. Put it on there. We're going to take our solder, and instead of just like putting it in there, we're going to cut little pieces off. It takes like, I don't know, 12 or so probably. And then when we heat it up, they'll just melt in there. That'll just make it go a little bit faster. Probably. We're going to find out here. There we go, it's starting to melt. Now we'll heat up our wire a little bit here, get that flux melted while not letting that cool down too much. All right, here we go. There we go, man. That ain't bad, huh? Yeah. All right, so let's come over here and we'll measure it for length. So we want to go from this negative to this negative. Let's see if we can't solder this one on. So you might be wondering what size wire this is. This is 4-gauge wire that we're using to connect the 3 battery banks together. 4-gauge here, this can handle 70 amps. The whole thing is 200 amps, all right, 48 volts. Is how much we can put into it and or take out of it at any one time because of the equipment that we have. That's why we're using number 4 to connect them together. So that'll be 70 amps per bank that we can take off of them safely. So 200 divided by 3, 70 should be fine. Get this guy in our vise. Flux for the flux capacitor. So guys, what movie is the flux capacitor off of? There's one famous movie, especially for people my age. I'm just over 50. Tell me what it is down in the comments below if you know. I'm gonna add more solder to it this time in the little pot here. That way we don't have to try to add it later. Here we go. All right. Great. There we go, man. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you know what I forgot to do though? Forgot to put this on there. Gonna have to go with the bigger one. Cable is made, my friends. Look at that. Beautifully soldered. Should have a nice solid connection. And for those of you that don't like crimping, well, you're gonna love this then. Now, we've got our red ones already made here. We've got all of our black ones made. And I guess we should put it together. Another morning here on the homestead, guys. Had a day off there, man. It was Sunday yesterday. And good time at church. I'm teaching Sunday morning Bible class. We're going through 1 Peter right now. If you're ever in the area, or you live in the Sandpoint area, you are always welcome to come. But Saturday night, I got this thing set the way that I want to install it out in the solar shed. Take a look at it here. Yeah, all right. So it's like, oh, you know, black, red, black, red, black, red, right? Because we're doing 48 volts, so 12, 12, 12, 12. And then this is the negative on this 48 volt battery, if that makes sense. These are all wired in series, positive, negative. Right? And then here is another battery series positive. Huh. Ah, I got the wrong color on there. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, red, positive. This goes over here, and this goes here. There we go. Positive in series, like that. Here's another 48 volter. And look right here. Okay, we've got one battery coming down from there, so it's in parallel. And then this positive and this positive, they come all the way over to here. Now we've got this two positives and this one right here coming off of this battery. And we've got these two negatives coming off of this battery. And this is gonna be our main battery wire here. I haven't put it together yet because I don't know exactly how long I want. I want to get these set in place in the shed, and then we'll measure and cut and solder the big wire, right? That's 2-aught wire that we're using off of this bank. This is 4 gauge, I think I already told you earlier. 4 gauge wire, handles 70 amps, and then the max that this thing is gonna be able to put in or take out is 200 amps on our system. So that's what we're gonna do. Get it all set up. Hi, kitty. What's up, huh? Why you wanna be a pest? Huh? Why do you want to be a pest? Everybody wants to say hi. This is Watts, by the way. Watts is a solar shed kitty, although now he gets to come into the garage. Watts. And that's Ray down there, like sunshine. And his nickname is Fatso. And her nickname is Chubby. Huh, Fatso? We have no mice problems, no gopher problems, no vole problems. We have no rodent problems at all here on the homestead because of those two guys. And we feed them. As much as they want to eat, they can eat, but they still are hunting machines. Let's go ahead and we'll take all this apart and then we'll transport it out to the shed where we can install it. I am a little bit disappointed in the hardware here, man. 8 bolts that I'm gonna have to cut off because I don't know. I mean, they go on okay, but then trying to get them off, they just won't come off, and the threads get messed up on them. After I cut this one off, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at how close that thing is to coming off, but I cannot get it. Let's keep trying here. See if we can get it without having to cut it. But man, it's so tight. I don't even understand why. Like the first time I thought I just cross-threaded one, but 8 of them, doesn't seem like I cross-threaded them. Maybe I'm just stupid, I don't know. I might be able to get this one. It'd be cool if I could, because I want to see what the threads actually look like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Whew. Now I know that they have the nylon thing on there to make it so that they can't unscrew, right? It's kind of like a lock washer, right? But it just doesn't seem like it should be that hard. I got it off. Maybe it's user error. This is the bolt right here. And this is what the threads look like. But 8 of them like this. I'm just gonna go get all new hardware without the nylon locking mechanism. Just get regular lock nuts to put on here. And when I put it into the shed, we'll use those. I mean, this isn't going in a vehicle. It's not vibrating around. It's stationary. Should be perfectly fine. But that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, so we got our base put in and insulated because the floor is not insulated. And the shed stays warm enough, but I didn't want that freezing cold air right on the bottom of the batteries. So we got this platform. It's time to carry those guys in. All right, we've got them all set in place right down here. Beautiful little wall of batteries. Now it's time to get them all wired up into 3 48 volt battery banks. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take our bars and just make sure that there's no oxidation on them, that they're good and clean and ready to connect. So we're just using some really fine sandpaper. It's like 400 grit sandpaper just to clean them up. make sure they're beautiful. All right, so these guys right here are the bolts that we went with, 5/16. These are the nuts, standard old nuts. And these guys are the lock washers. And these are the washers provided by Battleborn. So we'll be using these. We'll be connecting up our aluminum bars, making our 48 volt battery bank. So let's do that now. We've got a little bit of this we're going to be using. Oh boy. That was more than I thought it would be. Definitely didn't need that much. So we got our bolts. We need one of these. And one like this. Definitely do not want to drop anything behind here. That would be terrible, especially something that's not magnetic. Now you can get a nice close-up here. Yeah, that was the wrong one. Wow. Whew, be careful. Be careful, Mr. Marty. Dangerous. That was a little shocking, I tell you what, man. Whew. All right, pay closer attention to what you're doing. Don't be looking in the camera, man. Pay attention to what you're doing. That'll wake you up, I tell you what. All right. A little bit of a heart attack there, but not too bad. We're going to continue on with this process of just hooking them together, and then when we get to wiring all three of the banks together, I'll show you that. Okay, I'll just put you guys on a time lapse. We'll finish this up. Well, after that exciting spark, I think we're going to wrap up our wrench here so that we don't accidentally touch it on something that we don't want to touch it on. We've been living off grid for, man, how many years now? 6 years. This is now our 5th, like, either major upgrade or total system renovation. And never have I accidentally touched the wrong terminals together like that. Never. So, man, what does that go to show? That goes to show that it is totally possible. No matter how many times you've done it, you know, no matter how experienced you are, you can accidentally make a mistake. Thankfully, it's not that big of a mistake, just shocking to the heart. Not literally, but, you know, the emotional heart. And then you guys get to see it, and then I'm all embarrassed. So if you thought that was funny, go ahead and put a laughing, crying emoji down in the comments to let me know that you thought that that was pretty funny when I messed up like that. It actually was kind of funny, but a little bit embarrassing too. But nonetheless, let's continue tightening them up. All right, let's check our voltage now just for fun. We should be 50 some odd volts. 53.2, 53.2, 53.2. It's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Every single one of them the same. All right, we've got them all tied together. Let's go get our cables that we pre-made, and we'll get these guys wired up for, come with me. Come on. Kitty, you coming in? Nope, I guess not. Oh yeah, there you are. All right, let's grab these cables here. 2 positives and 2 negatives. That's what it's gonna look like right there. Pretty cool. It's a lot of batteries, man. Woo! Just making sure that these guys are gonna connect on here like perfectly perfect. Filing them off nice and flat, making sure that there's no burrs, and getting all the oxidation off. I forgot exactly how I wired them up, like what top bottom kind of thing. We'll put the grease on after we figure out exactly what we're doing, because I kind of forget. I think the other one goes on top. Oh, crashered. Dude, I need to be careful. Need to be careful. Man, you know what? I had like no problems in the garage doing this. Maybe I was being more careful in the garage. Hold on to your ends. Don't just let them flop around. Or I guess I could coat them in tape. That way they wouldn't do anything, and then unwrap them from the tape when I'm ready to actually connect it. That would be smart. Now this comes down, and that guy's gonna hook on here. Like that. That'll work. I'm gonna go ahead and put the covers on the back so that it's a little bit safer, just in case like a wrench or something rolled back there and it went across them. Probably should have done that already, since the back is already done and ready to go. Covers are really cool. These are them right here. Just going like that. We'll have to get a stubby screwdriver But man, they fit so good in there that you can get the screws in with your fingers. I mean, like most of the way. So, I mean, they're secured in there. Just goes like that, sticks out. And the nut on the inside there that's built into the case is really nice, man, like really smooth. So they just go right in. 6 months later, guys, and look at that. It is beautiful, sunny, green, no more snow. Solar panels right here, about 10,000 watts of solar panels there. Let's cruise inside and we'll take a look at the battery setup. Oh, look at that, man. That is looking sharp. Everything is connected up. Comes up here into all of this and out to the house. I tell you, man, these batteries have been doing great. They incorporated right into our system, no problem at all. It's been 6 months. We've been running these batteries. I wanted to give them like a good full test before I reported back to you. And I gotta say, way better setup, way better system, and way more power. This battery system up here has around 19,200 watt hours of power in it, but this system down here has 38,880-ish watt hours of power in it. So we have doubled our battery capacity with just these batteries right down here. You saw the title of the video. I called these things the best. Why? Because I truly believe that Battle-Born batteries are the gold standard for off-grid batteries and for building off-grid battery banks and systems. We have had absolutely no problems with these batteries. We've had them there for 6 months. Power in our house, no problem at all. We've had these batteries up here for years without a problem. And you know, over the last 6 years that our family has been building our off-grid homestead here, we've noticed a principle, and that is buy cheap, buy twice. That applies to tools, that applies to solar equipment like that up there, that applies to your batteries. We've bought a lot of stuff twice. Some things we've bought 3 times because we bought cheap. Now I understand, right, if you're going to use the tool once, or if it's not important at all, then yeah, buy cheap, right? I mean, that's just wise. But when you're talking about something that powers your whole home, something that you rely on, like many of you rely on the grid, you don't want cheap. You want the best. At least we do. And so with these guys, just to kind of tell you what we're running here, right? We run our deep water well pump with these things. The well's 560, I think? It's less than 600. I think it's 560 feet deep. These power it, right? We power 2 refrigerators, 1 deep freezer. We've got a couple of Mr. Cool heat pumps that we can run. We've got window air conditioners. Of course, all of the lights, computers, and electronics in the house. But basically, our house functions just like a grid house that has natural gas, because we have propane for things that take a lot of heat, like water, cooking, and drying clothes. Those are all run by propane, and electricity, of course. But the point is, our house is not like some, watch the power, penny pinch, watt pinch, everything, because we've got enough power to do that. It's important to us that these work, and they work all the time. That's exactly what they do. No problems at all with the batteries. And so what makes these batteries different and better than these batteries up here? Well, besides the fact that they're bigger, right? These are smart batteries, and they all kind of communicate together. This is the hub right here that communicates to all of these batteries and makes a little mini network with them. You can see everything that is going on with your batteries right here. We've got 3 banks of batteries, and we've got 3 banks of batteries on the app. We can see the status of each individual battery. We can see the status of one bank and the status of the whole thing as one system all together. It's cool because if you get some type of warning, like a low voltage warning or maybe a temperature warning, things like that, well, it'll alert you and you know what's going on with your batteries. And so on here then, right, you can see that we are at 54.2 volts. We are charging at 112.1 amps, and the batteries are 79.2 degrees right now. I just want to say that I'm thoroughly impressed with these batteries. They have worked flawlessly for us, and I believe that they will work flawlessly for you as well. Now, Battleborn is the sponsor of this video, but I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. I will put a link down in the description below where you can get all of the information about these batteries and everything else that Battleborn has there on their website. I'm going to cruise inside. I'm going to make some coffee and enjoy the rest of the day while you enjoy the next video. We hope you guys have a really great day. Keep smiling.